Here are the latest earth changes for September 27, 2013. We have Vietnam currently under grip from floods. Death toll in Cambodia rises to 20. And this article also talks about the plate movement sequence that the Zetas have said would take place. According to them, everything that I've researched up to this point points to them having some credibility. Now, they have had false dates in the past, so you have to use your own discretion with that and do your own research with that in terms of the Zeta talk and the Zetas and Nancy Leader. But a lot of it is just common sense, these plates that are on the move right now. And I think that they also have something to do with the water main breaks. Next article is going to be the new Madrid Stress as a 400-foot section of the interstate bridge sinks in Wisconsin. Here you can see some of the photos from the stress area. This is a massive 33-year-old interstate bridge which is closed after it was sagging in the middle. This is in Wisconsin. You can read more about this event. This website is basically saying that there is a relation between the new Madrid and this sagging in this of this interstate bridge. Watch out for the dip in the road. Massive 33-year-old interstate bridge is closed, so this is the source for and more images of this article. You can see some of the sagging there, and there's one of the better known pictures there. Here's the video also. There's a 911 emergency call about the bridge sagging, but there is no fear of it completely collapsing. Planet X and these water main breaks exploding. I do believe there's a relation between Planet X and these water main breaks exploding. I believe maybe it's tugging on our planet, and that is what's causing these mass water main breaks. I want you guys to keep in mind that these are the only water main breaks that I'm going to report because there's so many reports of these water main breaks taking place. So let's get to this article. Water main break inundates streets, basements in the financial district located on 67th and Broad Street. There's video of that there. Next water main break might affect TU game traffic. So here's a water main break near the University of Tulsa campus, left more than a dozen customers without water, and could affect the game traffic tonight. The city officials said the break in the 16-inch line happened near 11th Street and Indianapolis Avenue. Water main break in Newcomerstown. So here's a water main break that took place in Newcomerstown, which left the residents in the area with low to no water pressure. West Knoxville water main break forces businesses to go without water. So now we have businesses in Knoxville to go without water. I believe one of my subscribers highlighted this point. This water main break took place Thursday morning, broke about 4:30. There's no report on actually what caused this water main break again. Now I want to just tie this in with the Zeta talk and what they have to say. That basically, I just found this interesting on their site. It was just saying that 4 times more water main breaks a day than normal. This was back in 2011, and the media is suggesting that it was a heat wave that caused water main breaks to be more than normal. And one comment that I saw on the site was interesting. It says if heat alone could really cause water main breaks, then why weren't they frequently breaking in the heat before Planet X arrived in the solar system? So that's basically my main thoughts on water main breaks, is that we definitely have something taking place on a much larger scale than what is being told. Here we had a mysterious building collapse once again in in Mumbai. There's been several building collapses in Mumbai, and I believe this also has something to do with Planet X, tugging on our planet and shaking things up. Sinkhole in downtown Sioux Falls keeps growing, surrounded by barriers. So Sioux Falls in South Dakota has a sinkhole that just keeps on growing. Rain alleviates drought, but too late to help crops. So we did have some good news. We have some rain in some of the drought areas. The only problem is that 45% of the United States is in moderate drought or worse, a decline from 48% than a week before. So this is a drop from the very high drought that we had. We're still in pretty bad shape in terms of the drought is concerned. So we had a power outage that disrupted activities at Lagos Airport. This was a mechanical dysfunction. Power failure snarls NYC commute for thousands of people. Power failure snarls NYC commute for thousands. So we have a power failure that's messing up commutes in New York. 3 freight trains collide in Texas. So we have another strange train derailment that took place. There's an investigation going on into this train derailment. I found it interesting that there was no pictures on Fox News and ABC, but on the Columbus Dispatch we have looks like a train derailment picture there. We can see the devastation. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. 4 crew members were hurt after the collision. This is the BNSF railway freight trains near Amarillo, Texas. Another strange train derailment, folks. These trains just going along the tracks normally and just derailing all of a sudden. It has to be something moving our planet like that for on a large scale. That water main breaks, train derailments, the list goes on and on. These strange methane releases that are killing tens of thousands of fish, even hundreds of thousands of fish and dolphins and everything. Sure, there was the BP oil disaster and the Corexit that was spread all across the oceans, but at the same time, we're also seeing it in areas where the BP oil spill didn't happen. Freight trains derail in Saskatchewan. So another train derailment in Saskatchewan and Alberta. This video actually gives you more details on the island that came up out of the ocean, and the guest, she talks about the radiation from Fukushima and how we are also dealing with that right now. It's worse than Chernobyl, 20 times worse than Chernobyl. So I definitely recommend, well, I can't recommend anything actually, but iodine, looking into iodine for your thyroid may be a good idea. That's just my opinion. I'm not a medical doctor. I can't give health advice. Midwest meteor fireball lights up the sky. So we have another fireball event, folks. This is really the top story of the day. There's no way you can prepare for a fireball hitting you if you're above the surface of the earth. And a fireball can also hit deep as well. This fireball was seen on, there was more than 230 reports from 11 different states flowed into the American Meteor Society. So folks, once again, as I brought out in my last video, what we're having is basically these fireballs are coming in, they're being seen, and they're even brighter they're getting brighter and brighter and even closer to the ground. So more people in different states can see them as they get closer and closer into the ground, in the area, in our atmosphere. So that has to mean that something is pushing these rocks at us. There was the Higher Truth channel that came out and said that they're coming in the similar direction repeatedly. It'll be interesting to see what takes place with these fireballs. Definitely got to keep an eye on these. I've never seen so many reports. I believe this is one of the most active months in 10 years, according to one article. It's just very active in terms of fireball activity. Here is the areas where this fireball was spotted, and it was on their map, on their site. Let's just go over to their map. This is the fireball logs. We can get a better idea of what scale this was seen in. So here we have 715 reports of this fireball being seen in 11 different states. Just absolutely incredible. We've already surpassed 2012 in terms of fireball events. This is not to scare anybody. This is just pure awareness. There's a good chance you're not going to be told the truth if anything is happening or could happen. I'm not saying the end of the world or anything, but there's just a lot of evidence to suggest that Planet X could be out there and on its way. It's just too much. It's just too much evidence to just completely neglect the Planet X theory at this point. It's just too much going on. I'm sorry. Just look at this. This is the key thing I want you guys to see. Warning. This event contains 715 reports for optimization purpose. This page only displays 200 of the reports. Click View All on the left side of the page to access all the reports. So I'm going to leave a link to this map, and you can see where witnesses were able to see the fireball, and this shows you the details of how this is mapped out, so you can for your reference. Great video to check out when you get the chance. Lucas, Brave New Worlds books. The Return of the Great Dragon. So another great documentary from Lucas. He goes over the fireballs and whatnot. This is an older video. Volcanic activity. The Etna volcano in Sicily, Italy, activity continues at the new southeast crater. This might lead to another paroxysm. There is activity at the Etna volcano in Sicily, Italy, and new activity at the Telica volcano in Nicaragua, as a new eruption occurred yesterday morning at the volcano. And of course, you can check out all of the most recent volcanoes. There's many more volcanoes that are active right now. You can check out more information. They also have the crate picture of the day. Here's some of the earthquakes that we've had recently. And folks, there's about 4 pages worth of earthquakes on the site, the EMSC-CSEM. And what I'm going to do is close this video out showing you some of the recent earthquake activity that we've been having.